Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast on IB set preparation. Today, we are delighted to have Dr. Indu Prabha Batak ma'am, a distinguished faculty member and area coordinator of soft skills at IBS Gurgaon. Today, she will be answering some of the most frequently asked questions about verbal ability and reading comprehension sections of IB set. Thank you so much for joining us today, ma'am.
Thank you so much for having me on this podcast. I would be delighted to answer your queries.
Ma'am, my first question is when preparing, students often ask whether they should spend more time on reading, vocabulary, or grammar practice. How should they strike the right balance?
It's a very relevant question, Samiksha. I often feel that students experience this challenge, and I can also see that your question is divided into two parts. First of all, how to divide time as per different sections of IB set exam, and another part is how to find a strike balance. So my advice to all the IELTS aspirant to deal with this problem is, first of all, examine all the previous year's question paper and then do smart study as per the weightage. For example, the weightage of reading comprehension is 30 question in the question paper of 140 question, and reading will also take some amount of time, so you can dedicate 40 to 40 minutes daily for reading comprehension passage. Now, let's say for vocabulary and sentence correction grammar part, if the questions are 50 questions, then of course you can spend 20 to 25 minutes daily for vocabulary practice and 15 to 20 minutes for grammar and syntax correction. So my golden strategy would be 50%, 20 to 30% and 20%. Now, to answer to your second question, how to strike a right balance, I would strongly recommend all the IBSET aspirants to go through English newspaper daily, especially the editorial part and magazines for 30 minutes daily. Second is you can practice previous year's question paper and go through the vocabulary part, sentence correction part. Another strategy would be to refer to standard books such as Wren and Martin for your grammar portion. Another advice would be to practice inference-based passages and look for nuances and key details. Also, when you are practicing for reading comprehension passage, look for new words that will also enable you to learn new words and help in vocabulary practice. So I hope I have answered your question.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such detailed explanation. Now we'll move to the second question, which is, ma'am, many students think that the verbal ability and reading comprehension section mainly focuses on grammar. What is this section truly testing?
Again, a very pertinent question, Samiksha. So, it not only assesses your grammar skills, but there are various other skills which are evaluated. First is analytical skills, where when you read the passage, you identify not only the main theme of the paragraph, you also identify the sub-themes of the paragraph. So, your analytical abilities are assessed during this process. Another skill is your inference skills. For example, there in a certain paragraph, there are implicit as well as explicit meaning, which means direct as well as indirect meaning. So your ability to identify both hidden meaning as well as the direct meaning of the paragraph is evaluated during the process. Another skill which is tested is your critical thinking skill. While reading the paragraph, you are able to identify the author's attitude, tone, purpose of writing this paragraph. That also is assessed during the process. Your attention to details, reasoning, interpreting, differentiating between facts and opinion. Then your time management skills, how effectively are you able to complete a section in a stipulated period of time. So apart from that, logical flow and coherence, precision in the use of synonyms and antonyms, command over language, then clarity of thought in sentence correction and completion of tests. All these skills are assessed, not just grammar skills.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your insights. Now we'll move to the third question, which is, ma'am, many times students come across unfamiliar or new words. How they should approach them with confidence?
Again, a very pertinent question, Sudeksha. This is a very common problem which students often face. To deal with this problem, I would suggest you to follow two advice. One is look for contextual. Whenever you are stuck in a paragraph and you are unaware of the meaning of that particular word, you can always look at the contextual meaning of that sentence. For example, teacher's explanation was lucid and everyone in the class understood the complex concept easily. For someone who may not be aware of the term lucid, they can make out by the contextual expression of the sentence that explanation was easy, therefore they are able to understand the complex concept easily. So you can make out that the meaning of the word lucid is clear or easy to understand. Another advice would be to look for structural keywords such as similarly, however, nonetheless. So if you look at this example, although it rained but the match continued, so here it shows opposition. So this also makes the meaning quite clear. Another advice would be to build an active vocabulary and use it, especially 20 to 30 words a week. And I would strongly advise you to learn 5 words daily and use in your day-to-day conversation.
That's a lot of clarity to students, ma'am. Now we move to the next question, which is students from non-English background often feel nervous about this section. So, ma'am, what message would you like to give them to boost their morale and confidence?
Okay. Non-English medium background students, they often feel nervous, especially for reading comprehension and verbal ability questions. So you have to start from the scratch. You have to, every day, you have to make it a habit to read English newspaper, magazines, especially the editorial part, listen to the podcasts in English. Then previous year's question paper also you can practice every day by setting a timer. Learn 5 words daily, and not only learn those words but understand the contextual meaning of these words. So I think this will definitely help you gain in that confidence which is required for IB set.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your perspective. Now we move to the 5th question, which is panic is common, especially in the verbal ability and reading comprehension section. How can students stay calm and focused?
So positive self-talk is very important. You need to constantly tell yourself that you can finish the paper in time and you can do it efficiently, effectively. Positive visualization techniques will definitely prove helpful. Relaxed mindset, there is no need to panic. You need to, for reading comprehension passage, first of all, skim the structure first, and then you note down the main ideas, and after that you can read the question for answering those questions. So I think these tips would definitely help you to relieve that panic which constantly occurs before the exam.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, last but not the least, if you have to give one golden tip to all the IB set aspirant, what it would be?
Consistency is the key to success. You have to be consistent in your approach, and instead of memorizing, try to develop a conceptual understanding. I think that would be my good advice to all the IB set as well.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for being with us today. Still have questions? No worries. We'll have a detailed explanation and discussion on topics like verbal ability, jumble sentences, and many more on our upcoming podcast. Stay tuned.